I'm Danny Hell from Steelforge. You're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast. Go rock out!
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious podcast. The Brutally Delicious podcast. The Brutally Delicious podcast. The Brutally Delicious podcast.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
My partner couldn't make it, so you got just me today. But
Ironically, you say that. So far, the drummer's trying his hardest to get on, but for some reason, he seems to be the only person in the world who can't access Zoom at the moment. So he's running around his house.
nice. Where are you guys located?
In the UK, yeah, Liverpool, Merseyside.
Oh, nice.
So
what's it like over there these days?
Misty, foggy, terrible weather. You know, as you'd expect, really, as you'd expect.
Right, the stereotypical UK weather?
Stereotypical UK weather, and obviously a bit of architecture and a ton of rain.
Right, nice.
So, yeah, we always have something to look forward to.
Yes. We can just jump right in if you want. For those, I guess, not familiar with you guys, can you give us the 2-sentence elevator boardroom pitch?
Yeah, we're melodic. We say we're a melodic death metal band, but we sort of venture into different genres. So there's essentially something there for everyone, from black metal to thrash to crossover to normal death metal, as you want to say as well. We're brutal. We even go in with sci-fi elements as well. Whatever takes the need, really. During the writing process.
Nice. Do you feel that the environment you're in with that overcast and the shitty weather actually contributes to your writing?
I wouldn't say so, because ironically, most of our all of the songs are based on something such as, for instance, we even have a song about Star Wars.
Oh, really?
But then we will jump to something by Stephen King, like a song based on the likes of The Dark Tower, Unto the Barren Realm, which is in our first EP, Forged from Darkness, but that's about the Dark Tower series and the Gunslinger, things like that. So we base it on all sorts of things, such as the Amityville Horror, anything like that, really.
That first, that whole series, the Gunslinger, was one of my favorites from him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love anything Stephen King related, but I mean, I could not put the Dark Tower series books down once I started reading them. It was just something you have to finish.
Yeah, and for me, I don't know how old you are, but I'm a bit older probably. I remember when the first one came out, and then there was years before the sequel.
I sort of love how the sequel picked up. It was just so all over the place, but then once it got its footing, it was straight in there. But just for your information, I'm 32, so I'm nowhere spring chicken myself at the moment. I'm actually the oldest member of my band by about a year, let's say.
So when you guys are writing, then, are you guys all writing together? Are you in a place where you can write together like in the old traditional sense, or do you more or less email stuff back and forth and that kind of thing?
I mean, it depends on who's available at the time. I mean, when we started back in 2015, we were sort of on the back of a previous band I was in, and I had a few members who carried over. One of which is they're all mostly still in current active bands, but we all just wanted different things. My main writing partner at the time wanted to do more black metal. He's in the UK band Arjesk. Okay. But obviously, as much as I love black metal, I'm more inclined towards a bit of everything, really. So it took us a couple of years to find our footing then. So when we did actually meet up with another musical partner, so to say, I met a lad called Brandon, and we got on really well with the musical aspect and the writing process, of where we could see exactly what we were aiming for and how we wanted to get there. But over the years, members change. It makes me out to look like some sort of tyrannical leader with so many different members, but it's more just life aspects, as in people wanted to spend more time with the family, and essentially things like that, or like a different type of music. But I'm very happy with the current lineup. But I did do two releases with Brandon, and we had a girl called Jada on bass with us who was playing live shows as well. But those two releases sort of cemented us into what we are now. So it's good to pick such a diverse set list when we're playing shows.
Right. Perfect. So Steel Forge, your last record, I believe, was it definitely was As Nightmares Descend. It was 2 years ago now. Are you guys working on anything else?
Yes, actually, believe it or not, and we're working with a lady from the band Exiled Hope, which is more over your way in the States.
Mhm.
So we're currently working with Sophia on a upcoming split conceptual EP. Now, this is something that we worked on together, but she did come up with most of the music for, which is, well, to say the least, pretty impressive, to be fair. But it also gave me a chance to try my hand at something new, as in completely come up with a whole concept for a fantasy world, if you get what I mean, and literally bang that into 5 or 6 songs and create a story out of that involving the two characters from obviously her character Hope from her releases, but our icon mascot, the Forger, who's on like the t-shirts, the album covers, things like that. So yeah, we're working on that at the moment, and we're hoping to release that as soon as possible. But the recording for that will mostly be done in the UK.
So when you're writing stuff like that, then are you writing the short story or the however it works out, a story first and then adapting it to music, or are you writing it straight to the song?
Straight from I'd say from, I mean, she would send me the music. Hi, Sean. She'll send us the music, and then I would literally just sit there with mugs and mugs of coffee and just sort of take inspiration from things like Tolkien and basically anything fantasy based. I mean, even the likes of bands like Blind Guardian, like their lyrical structures and things like that.
Right. Okay. Hey, Sean, how are you?
Hello. You all right?
Hey, thanks for taking the time.
Hello. Thank you.
We're just talking about the upcoming split here and the writing process.
Oh, yeah.
How many songs do you guys are writing for that split, or how many songs are going to be? Is it like 3 or 4?
There's currently 5 full songs at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's all we're keeping, but there is an additional track which is more of a sort of epilogue, like a narration track. And again, Sean, I apologize, I'm not on camera. I got a laptop with a camera and I still can't figure out why it's not actually letting me use said camera.
Don't worry about it, it's all right.
Don't worry, we don't take ourselves too seriously either, so it's all good, it's all good.
So are you guys going to be recording that there and then with her music?
Yeah, so she's going to send over like the files and things like that from the guitars, keys. But we're going to have our guitarist, Ryan, who couldn't make it today because he's another rehearsal. He's a busy bee, let's say. But he's going to be playing bass for it because she's doing all the guitar. So he's going to be recording the bass for this. And then we've got Sean, who's going to be doing all the live drums for it. And obviously I'll be doing my own vocals in the studio as well.
Right. Are you guys planning on taking this on the road in support of it, or no?
No. This is due to obviously where Sophia's located. We wouldn't be able to sort of just dive on a plane, which I did do recently, and that was 8 hours over to Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
That was for TerraCon, sort of HorrorCon, but for the horror icons and things. You know what, I've got to admit, honestly, they had to drag me back from the States. I loved it. I was there for 2 days, but my God, some of the it's just
Boston's
fantastic
really
over
nice,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, Marlborough, and it was just, I mean, everything was just so upfront. Everyone was dead nice, but at the same time, just had such a fantastic time there. Everyone was so great.
And you had sun.
Yeah, we actually did have a lot of sun, so we brought coats and stuff over, me and my friend, and he just didn't even get touched until we had to go home. But that was 8 hours.
You guys, you didn't melt from the sun?
No, I'm not that much of a vampire, unfortunately. You know, it's a British tradition. We burst into flames when the sun's out.
Right. So are you planning on doing any live stuff in the UK with this? Or are you just going
Um,
to work into another record, or what are you guys going to do?
We're going straight into another release, but this is going to be a full Steel Forge release. So we're going to start with a single, but then after that, we're going to be doing a new album. This is going to be with the current lineup, which is Sean on drums, Ryan Thompson on guitar, and myself. And hopefully we find a bassist in time, because we recently supported Afama from France. And we actually did it as a three-piece, believe it or not. We literally got up on stage, just me, Sean, and Ryan, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed that, because it wasn't
No bass?
Yeah,
No.
rather than no.
It's quite
that's
funny because
exactly
I got
it.
told by. It's quite funny. I got told by someone that was like the best. He's been following around Steel Forge for ages, and he said that was one of the best shows we played. So
Really?
I thought I was quite mad. Yeah, it's a three-piece as well.
Were you nervous that it wasn't going to translate? Because, I mean, the bass does carry the bottom, right?
Yeah, like I didn't think it was going to work as well, but we pulled it off.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, I think people were just a bit more. I mean, it brought more people over to watch us, because I think they were more intrigued as to what they were seeing. But we just got up there, stuck to the songs, give it beans, and that was it. You know, we put it in, and everyone watched us. So we absolutely made up to be part of that lineup. It was a great experience. But we are
As a
definitely looking for a bassist.
Oh, yeah. But as a drummer, Sean, was that difficult? Because that's part of the pocket, right? Don't you kind of follow along with the bass?
Yes, typically, yeah. But I mean, we ended up just following along with the keys in the song instead, which worked out quite well. So yeah. Obviously, having a bass would be better.
Right.
But you know, we made do, and it worked.
I imagine that people that aren't Steel Forge fans may not have even noticed, right? You're just a band blaring out.
A few people
True,
told me they
that's
wouldn't have
very
even
true.
noticed.
Right. The real hardcore musicians probably notice, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but again, it didn't seem to put anyone off. I mean, we've been playing some shows supporting the likes of Red Rum in the UK, things like that. Recently, Bowerborn as well, and we have done it as a full band, but it was sort of all very last minute, unfortunately. But we just literally bailed straight up there, and we just got on with it, and it turned out to be absolutely fantastic.
Nice. So you're writing for the new record already? Do you have anything written yet?
Yeah, we have the bare bones of one song so far, but once we actually start picking up on that, we're going to start hitting that as fast as we can. It's just a case of we're putting all the focus into this current split EP that's coming out, because we're taking on gigs like crazy. So what we're doing now is we've accepted a gig that's coming up, Pentrafest. Well, it's like an all-day following on from the festival, with Tail Gunner from the UK as well. Actually, I might have to be fact-checked on that. I don't know if they're from the UK. But they are still an amazing band. But we made sure we booked it so that we have got plenty of time to hit the recording studio and then go in late November and then do the show. So we're not sort of tying ourselves up.
Yeah.
So are you planning on doing like a full release, or are you going to be doing like the single thing like most people are doing these days?
Only a single for the next release after the split, but then we're going straight into the new album.
So a full length? Or an
Yeah,
EP or whatever,
100% full length. We're looking at about 9 or 10 tracks so far.
Oh, nice.
I'd
And
say there's never a shortage of inspiration either in regards to, as we went over before, the lyrics, and you know,
Right.
There's always something. We're hoping to go into space a little bit with this one.
oh, really? That's where it's heading?
Yeah. I think we're looking for stuff like The Thing, Alien, John Carpenter, stuff like that as well. So we like to keep people interested, but we like to put a little bit of real life in there as well. I mean, As Nightmares Descends was also dealing with mental illness, but in a way that we could bring in the likes of these the songs that we like doing. Hence, like the cover work and things like that. And the main song being about Freddy Krueger, and you know, it's the whole waking landscape.
We talk a lot about mental health on this show, and I think this genre of music, or just the metal world in general, is very supportive and very cathartic, and it helps everybody kind of just deal with it, right?
No,
Yeah, it definitely. Go on, Sean.
100%. Like, there are so many bands that lead like solely their lyrics off of like mental health and stuff like that. Like, not even if it's not bands that aren't as heavy. Like, you know, for the likes of Shinedown, like their soul,
Yeah.
like their soul lyricism is about mental health, and they've been doing that for like what 20 years. So
Yeah.
it's lovely, it's cool to see, and it's it's always a good topic, always a
And
good
it's
way.
also, I think it's very cathartic, right? From you as an artist and from me as a listener. It's super. It helps you get through the days sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a
definitely.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like it. And when you're writing it, I know you're trying to do the science fiction stuff, and you said you try and put some real life in there, but do you consciously try and express the stuff you're going through and try and connect with people, or is that not really a thought?
I think that more becomes in the shape of the performance itself. When we're actually performing, we use like the likes of Warpaint, Gauntlets. We really, really get stuck into the live shows, let out any anger, anything like that. All
Right.
the energy goes in there, but then the mental health part sort of comes from, like I say, the conceptual art and things like that. So that's where you can actually find it to make sure that it's still an issue that's staring you in the face, essentially. But we still have these tracks that you can listen to and work through it. I mean, it's the same with anything. I mean, look at the likes of Cannibal Corpse. Sometimes you just got to really, really, get angry at something. So you've blast on some Cannibal Corpse. Next thing is,
Wait.
you're fine.
Wait, Cannibal Corpse is angry?
Oh, no. I mean, if you look at George Fisher's Crane
Play them
Days,
to my
at the moment,
kids. I don't know what you're on about.
that guy will
Hammer
win you a
smash
careful
face,
puppy in
right?
no time.
Do you ever follow him on Facebook or any of those social media things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very into the
stuff.
He likes to go to amusement parks and win stuffed animals.
Yeah, stuffed animals. Yeah, with the claw machines. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
It is
never
actually
think that,
pretty
right?
Awesome, to be fair.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
think
he have kids as well? Does he have kids?
Yeah, I
or does
think he
have
wins it for
grandkids?
his daughter, right?
Yeah, I
Isn't that
thought so,
crazy?
Yeah, it's cool.
Grandpa is George Corpse Grinder. There's a lot to talk about at Thanksgiving
You don't
dinner.
want the daily chores shouts that you buy in. Let's put it that way. That's the worst alarm clock I could possibly imagine in my life.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get up!
It'll get you out of bed though, right?
I said
Yeah,
that
that's
today, not too long ago, actually, because for my alarm, I have like my Spotify link to my alarm. So like my alarm will just play like a random song off my playlist, and then one day woke up to Hammer Smashed Face. It was one of the scariest experiences ever.
Right.
I was going to say, Sean, a good idea actually. If you use Shattered Their Bones and just put it on about 6 a.m. in the morning as the alarm clock, I will tell you'll be going through your ceiling in your house.
So what's next then? I know you're working on the EP and you're you're working on the record. Are you guys doing any shows in between then?
Yeah, at the moment, it's like
Probably
we've
because
got the old
we're a band. Like, we get offered a show and we're like, yeah, why not? So I mean, very hard for us to say no to a show. So
I mean, like I say, Sean is our drummer. He's just like he's like the Duracell bunny. You know what I mean? So if I say, yeah, we've got a show, as long as he's free, he's drumming at about 700 mile an hour, and I'm just stood there on stage going, I used to be the fast one.
But now he's the young one.
That's it. I'm like, you dang kids behind your drum kits.
Right. And I think that drumming keeps you younger anyway, right? Because you're in shape because you're moving like that.
oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely makes you feel old afterwards, though. Let me tell you that.
Oh yeah,
tell you that.
I imagine so. But that's all I've
like
got.
spring chicken come back like Captain Arthritis.
That's going to bring me to the end of what I had prepped. If fans want to find you, how do they get a hold of you online? And can you give us all your socials and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, of course. We are available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify Media, Bandcamp, where you can order merch, things like that. So yeah, they're all the ones we have so far. I mean, we're still.
It's all Steel Forge. Just Steel Forge.
Steel Forge band, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I would
It is
say
on
with
Instagram,
any
anyway.
band, always put band if you go type into Google. So
Yeah.
the Steel Forge band and everything official essentially comes up very for you to listen to. There's a lot of free listening in there. There's purchase options if you want. But as long as people are listening to the music, that's the main thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I appreciate you guys taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Again, thank you very much for having the both of us. We're sorry Ryan couldn't make it, and I do apologise that my camera.
No, that's fine. Guys, I appreciate your time. Good luck with the
Thank you.
split, and I know it's probably a long shot, but maybe we'll see you guys over here at some point in the future.
That sounds
so.
like a
That'd be
really good plan.
awesome.
Because, as I say, if you're trying to get me out the States last time, I'm going to try even harder to stay this time for longer.
I'm putting it out there, so maybe it's out in the universe. You guys will make it over.
Sounds perfect to me, man. But yeah,
All
thank
right.
you for having us. We appreciate your time.
No worries. Be well, my friends.
Have a great
Thank you.
day. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.